What is going on, YouTube? How is everybody today? Good to hear. I'm kind of losing my voice. So today I want to talk about the new No Age album called Everything in Between. It was released in 2010 on Sub Pop Records, and it is either their second or third album, depending on whether or not you count their first album, Weirdo Rippers, as an album, because it's really just a collection of EPs and singles from back in the day. But regardless, 2010, No Age is a noise, pop, rock, indie rock band duo from Los Angeles. They've been together, they've been together since before 2005, but in 2005 is when they decided to start calling themselves No Age. They broke off from this other band they were in together called Wives, just started doing this all the time, played in this club in Los Angeles called The Smell, I guess. These guys are supposed to be like a mainstay there, made a lot of friends, toured with a lot of cool bands, toured with Stereolab, Hold Steady, Dan Deacon, they're friends with Flyers, friends with Deer Hunter, even a guy in Radiohead said, hey, No Age is a great band. So they're getting all these accolades, they're like little indie darlings. It's their third album. It's easily the most clean, most polished, most accessible, but it's also a very, very enjoyable album. I was very impressed by how much I liked it. Just front to back, pretty much just a solid album. It's just got more of the shoegaze influence. You can hear a lot of My Bloody Valentine in it because it's got all this kind of background guitar noise. Almost every song on here has a guitar being tortured in some way or in the background, some sort of noise, probably generated from a guitar that's just being screeched and hummed and just beat up. But it's all very pretty. Like the noises on here seem very on purpose. They don't seem like kind of like happenstance accidents like it did on the past albums, which are a lot more lo-fi than this. And those noises and sound just seemed kind of like experiments, where this is more of these guys honing their craft and they know exactly what to do, what switches to flip, and when you do this kind of chord and this kind of noise comes out. It sounds very like produced, which throws the whole trademark lo-fi No Age aesthetic into question, because everything on here is very clean, sounds very much so on purpose. The songwriting's a lot stronger, the melodies are a lot better, the songs are catchier. It's just pretty much No Age's most solid album, and I really, really like all their other work too. There's not a lot of I don't like about No Age when they come out. I'm a pretty big fanboy when it comes to these guys, and it's a lot more poppier than the other stuff too, in the whole sense that it's catchy. But yeah, all these guys still have great chemistry together. Everything here sounds very, very clean. The vocals are still the typical No Age vocals, and they're kind of singing this very kind of detached, litless, kind of slacker kind of way, where it's just kind of half-sung and lyrics about, you know, reflecting on your life and past relationships and things of that nature. Kind of vague on what the whole meanings are. There's not a lyric sheet included too, so it can't be 100% on what they're singing about all the time too. Another thing they cut back down on this album was the whole ambient kind of outro, interlude, instrumentals. There are a couple songs in here that have little, you know, borderline ambient intros and stuff like that, or it's just like a wash of a guitar sound. It's very, very lush, warm noise, or it's either coming from a guitar or a synthesizer, and everything gets looped. There's a lot of looping on this album too, but they kept it to a minimum. This album is more about upbeat songs, just kicking out the jams and just having a good time, and regardless of how reflective or brooding the lyrics may be, the whole album is just about having fun. It's very, very so a very upbeat album. But yeah, that's not really all I can say about it. It pretty much sums up the whole album. There's not a lot I can find wrong on this. Like a couple songs in here are maybe a tad too straightforward for to be like classic songs in my mind, like the song track 12, Shred and Transcend, kind of gives me this whole kind of straight ahead filler No Age kind of vibe to it, but it's still an enjoyable song. Like it only gives me that kind of feeling until the vocals come in, and then it's like a great song all over. So there's not a lot I can nitpick on. A very, very good album. It's 13 songs, 38 minutes long. Album artwork is just a crumpled piece of paper, and you got the back of it on the back. On the inside here, you get a little picture of the guys. I don't know which one's Dean and which one's Randy, but we got a guy here with a shirt on his head, a towel on his head, a jacket. It's a jacket on his head. This other guy, I think he's taking a picture or something, and the flash is on. And then he's got pictures of like shows, pictures of venue posters and stuff like that. You know, just some random cityscapes and artwork. And we got more of that here. It's got pictures of dolls and just kind of odd little, I don't know, random little pictures from their life on the road, I guess, and all the places they played and all the friends they made, all the good times they had. Yeah, very, very enjoyable album. Every single song has some sort of weird noise aesthetic to it going on in the background, though. Everything on here is very layered and textured. Everything sounds really nice and clean and produced. It's very melodic. The songwriting's a lot stronger. It's just a very enjoyable, slightly unconventional, you know, noisy, experimental pop punk album from Los Angeles. Very, very, very good album. I totally recommend this if you're a fan of, you know, Pavement, if you're a fan of The Lighters, of Deer Hunter, if you like Abe Vigoda. Totally check out these guys. They're very, 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 very good. It's No Wage's 2010 album called Everything in Between. It was released on Sub Pop Records. Peace.